Sitting at your desk, the company commander walks in and say, "Look, Combo guy, my internet is down. I need to check my email." Being the soldier that you are, you go troubleshoot his system. While troubleshooting his system, you notice that his Cat5 cable is cut into 2 sections. You know for a fact you don't have a cable that long in your office. So, what do? Taking the initiative, you ask your supervisor. Your supervisor say, "Make the cable and replace it to battery." You're like, "Huh? What? I never made that cable before." So your supervisor said in a busy voice, "Look, figure it out, soldier. I got a meeting to attend. Now, what do? LAN cable is necessary for wire communication and easy with these simple steps: inventorying the tools you need to make the cable, reviewing the pinout diagram to make sure you're making the right cable, and then after that, you make the cable. First, you have to inventory the tools. The first tool I'm going to show you is the crimpers. This is used to cut, strip, all that good stuff. Then you have your Cat5 cable, which is simulated, not actually 25 feet. And after that, you will have your RJ45 ends to put on the end of the cable. Now, since you're in inventory equipment, you're good to go for the next step. The next step is reviewing the pinout diagram to make sure you're making the correct cable. Looking at my diagram, the first cable you see is a rollover cable. This cable is used for a computer talking to a router, aka we call it the console cable. The cable pinout goes 1 through 8 on one side, and then it's totally flipped on the other side, and that's the way you would make that cable. But we don't need that cable. However, next slide you see 2 more pinouts, which is straight through cable and the crossover cable. The crossover cable is used to talk from one computer to another, or a router to a router. Okay? Looking at the pinout of the crossover cable, you notice that pins 1, 2, 3, and 6 are actually crossed over, so they can communicate. However, the cable we need is not that. But the straight through cable is what we need. That hooks up directly to from computer to a router, computer to the wall, computer to a hub for your internet. And it's pretty much straight through. Pins 1 to 1, 2 to 2, all the way through 8. Okay? Now, since we have determined that we're going to be making a straight through cable, we can move to the last and final step, the physical work. Now we're going to make the cable. First thing you want to do is grab your crimpers, strippers, and then you want to cut the end. After you cut and strip the end, you want to put the wires in the correct order. As you can see in the diagram, it is set up white, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, brown. So we'll put them in that order. After you put them in that order, you gotta cut the end of it so it's nice and straight. So you'll take the other side of your crimpers, you put it in the device, cut it out so it's nice and straight. After you have it all nice and straight and flush, you will take your RJ45 in with it sitting exactly like it is in the diagram, and you will slide the cables in. Push your cables all the way to the end as firmly as possible. After you do that, you will take your crimpers, put it in the device, crimp it down. After you do that, you have successfully did one end. After that, you will repeat the other side. Finally, we have made a successful LAN cable. In conclusion, the LAN cable is necessary for wire communication with these simple steps, which is inventorying the equipment to make the cable, verifying the pinout diagram, and then after that, making the cable. Congratulations on your accomplishments. Now you can repair your commander's equipment.